Hey everybody, it's Ozone. Welcome back to my little corner of the world here in Vintage Story. In between episodes, as usual, I have been a pretty busy beaver. But what's most important is it's now June 1st, and look at this. We have some ripe fruit. I've been looking forward to this. But honestly, I am surprised at how long it's taken. I mean, June 1st? Well, that feels like we're pretty well into summer, and most of them are not yet ripe. But there's definitely quite a few that are. And honestly, I've been waiting for this moment for quite some time, because, yeah, I need the fruit. I need to get that satiety up. And the bees over here are doing pretty darn well. I'm not sure. Oh, this one is harvestable. So we're ready. This one's harvestable. Not all of them are, but enough. This will be great. Now, I don't have any dummies up here, so the bees are going to not like me. But let's get it done. This will be my first harvest. Yep. Grab you too. Yay. Get on out of there. And what did we get? 6 honeycomb and some of my cattails back. I need to make a couple more skips. But, oh, it feels good to get some honeycomb finally done. Now, the honeycomb can, of course, be used to get more honey, which has a number of different uses, but it's the wax that I'm really interested in because that's candles. And candles make lanterns, and lanterns are a much better light source than the bright torches that I've got here behind me. Isn't it just typical, though, of me? Something that I do in one episode, I turn around and redo or undo in the next episode. Because yeah, I just made up all these brass torch holders so that I could light everything up and not have to replace the torches. But if I can now make lanterns, well, that's even better. But also in between episodes, I went and collected more resin. I went back up into this area, chopped down a bunch more trees, and found another source of resin, and then collected resin from all of these trees once again. And I was able to make a few more bits and pieces. But as for the mechanization, I think I want to make a tower on the back half of the house here. I'm really not using the space in this attic, and I think that makes the most sense. I really would kind of like it to be fairly tall, but I don't really want to spend the resources to do that right now. But the thing that I'm missing most of all is not resin, but animal fat. I killed a couple more things while I was out, but they really didn't have any fat. They just haven't had time to fatten up, I guess. So I guess I need to go on a big hunting spree. Or maybe it's actually time to take care of these pigs that are over here in my pen. Unfortunately, this one says low weight, and they're not likely to have any fat in them if they are low weight. So maybe I need to fatten them up a little bit before doing that. I do think it probably is a good idea to take care of the pigs that I have in here before these pigs have their babies, because as we saw last time, the pigs nearby don't really take kindly to me being around the babies. Now fortunately, I've got a lot of turnips left over from the winter, and I think that might be the best thing to do. But also there's all the berry bushes up there, and I think the pigs will eat the berries as well. I don't know, but I think that's going to be my plan. Let's try to fatten these guys up so I can get some of that animal fat that I need. I think, however, though, since the berries are basically free, I'm going to start with those. So let's get these berries over to the little piggies and see if it's going to work to fatten them up. You get an awful lot of berries, and well, there's a lot of berries that are still on their way to coming in. So I don't really think that I'm going to be missing all of this fruit that much. So what I'm not really sure about is just exactly how much food do we need to put into the troughs? Well, am I actually even putting anything in the trough? It doesn't seem like it. No. Darn it. I thought I could put berries into the troughs. I wonder if they'll eat it if I throw it on the ground. I know that they will eat the fruit mash, but I don't know whether they'll eat the fruit itself. I thought they would, though. I thought pigs would eat pretty much anything. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it definitely did eat it all up. Well, I guess that's one way to try to do it. And how much does it take? Another good question? I don't really know. You know what? A thought strikes me, though. if they eat this stuff up, I think they're going to become pregnant, and I don't really want that. Not right now. Not when I'm about to try to just fatten them up. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of, is pregnant. But it is getting to be a decent weight. This one is a good weight, but I think I want to just go ahead and take this sow out while I can. You know, she's got good weight. There's a good chance of fat. Well, close your eyes. We'll come back. There we go. How much fat do we get? Come on, 2 lumps of fat. Very nice. I think it probably takes only about 10 berries or something to do it. Not that much. So that's a bit of a surprise, but also nice. And since I don't plan on keeping the mom, I think I need to try to separate the mom and the kid soon. I think right now is actually a good time. Her weight is good. There we go. And yeah, I think it's time to harvest. Again, close your eyes. Oh my, a tragic accident happened. How much do we get? Only 1. Well, since it's nighttime, I think it's probably time to start work up here. Now, how big a place do I want this to be? I don't honestly know yet, but I do think that I, need to rip out this floor and make it full blocks. The half blocks just aren't working anymore, but I think I want to make it come in, be inset a little bit from the side of the building. You know, add some 3-dimensionality to the tower. Make it be a little smaller than the width of the building itself. And I also need to make a wall that'll go right here, because there is no way for any mechanical power to come into a room and maintain the room being sealed off as a room. So this space will forever be outside, and so that's not going to be so great. So I think this is the width of the space that we're after. I'm going to bring this in a little bit on this side too, and I don't know, we'll see what to do about this wall. This wall may have to come out completely. I think it probably will, actually. But, okay, so that's the rough plan. So let me get the roof cleared out a little bit. Let me get this floor set up as full blocks, and we'll come back when that's done. Wow, we must be in the land of the midnight sun. It is, like, literally 3 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know that it ever truly got dark. Such a big change from winter. And you know what? I'm all for it. But at the same time, it's just weird. I'm not looking forward to going back to those days of winter, honestly. But I'm also happy for the quiet and the time away from the growlers and the rifts, you know? Because as it is right now, I don't think that even if there was a rift right here, that it would be dark enough to spawn drifters. Which, I'll take it. It's good. Now this is another reason why I wanted to set back a little bit. Because this roof, this ridgeline roof needs somewhere to go. But I think if we just build a wall straight here, I think it'll be good. I think that'll be just fine. Because what we're really after is windmills, right? We need space to have a windmill, and I gotta get a little higher and up above this roof line. So I think the tower is the right way to go. I'm still convinced that that back wall is going to have to come down and be rebuilt. But for right now, I'm just going to work on the 2 side walls. The windmill needs to be at least 5 blocks tall, which is why I'm going to put the windmill facing this side, because we've got the most clearance right here. If we go to the other side, we got the little porch. If we go to the front, we got the big A-frame right there. And the back, yeah, the back could work since I'm probably going to take that all down. But anyway, time to do a little bit of bulk building, and we'll come back when I've got something done. Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of liking the open sides and the open walls. I need to do the corner thatching properly to make it look good, but I think that's going to look good too. And I definitely feel like setting it back a couple blocks is the right way to go. Like I said, I feel like this tower could definitely be taller, but I don't want to put the windmill up real tall because that just takes more resources, and I want to get the windmill kind of going right now. Well, it's a good start anyway. It's a good start. Yeah, I'm liking that quite a bit. the walls on the corners. That's an old Minecraft trick to help round out things a little bit more, but I like it. Very open and airy. Griffs. Anyway, very open and airy. Should be perfectly safe, though. I don't think anything could spawn on these roof tiles, but I guess we'll find out at some point. It's a little dark inside. One of those torches just doesn't quite cut it, but we'll figure it out. And I really like the top. Now, I'm going to put the windmill on the other side. But basically, you can see there's room to do it on each of these 3 sides, I think. So eventually, we might have 3 windmills. But for right now, we just got the one. And I can't wait to get started on getting that one done. Well, back to the piggies. That one is still low weight, but this boar is good weight. It is a Generation 1, but I don't think it really matters when it comes to boars. You know, what mostly matters, or what really matters, is the sows, which that one's still pregnant. Anyway, good weight. Let's go. We need some more fat. Yeah, 2 more. Very nice. But I think for the old sow, the pregnant sow, I think her time is up too. I'm such a jerk. I really am. But I've got 4 of them, and I don't want to deal with this one being pregnant kind of out of sync with the rest of them. All right, close your eyes again. One of the main reasons for doing the windmill and the Helve Hammer is for the Iron Age. The Helve Hammer will take away the blooms and put it into ingots, but it can also turn any ingot into a plate. And I think that's a really important one, well, especially as I look to get rid of all these oil lamps and start going with lanterns. But I have done a copper plate in between time, and I want to go ahead and get one of these lanterns going right now. Here's my one and only candle so far, and I actually have been able to get quite a bit of clear quartz. I made up some glass too, just for the heck of it, but I really feel like just using regular old clear quartz is going to be just fine. And if I remember the recipe, it's something like this. Yes, yes indeedy. Look at that light level difference. Oh, the lantern is so much better. I really can't wait to replace all these brass things with lanterns all over the place. They look so much nicer, for one, and they generate a lot more light. But for right now, I like having the light with me as I'm wandering around. And once we get the windmill going, that Helve Hammer can knock out plates so fast. I've also been doing pretty good with the beehives, so I can make a few more candles. And before long, we'll have this entire place decked out in copper lanterns. And that sounds wonderful to me. Well, now that it's nighttime and we've got a little bit of downtime, one of the reasons for killing all the pigs was to collect all this fat, because there are other things that I want to make for the windmill. And it was really good to get them fattened up first, because I'm really sure I wouldn't have gotten 9 lumps of fat from killing those 4 pigs. One of the main things though that I wanted to make is this clutch, which also requires a transmission. And between the 2 of them, you know, that's 3 lumps of fat and 4 resin. So a little bit on the expensive side, but using this, I should be able to turn off the Helve Hammer, because I really don't want to make another anvil, and I want to be able to use the anvil up there without having the Helve Hammer get in the way. So I feel like it's really important to turn the whole thing off. Now, I mean, I could go with a brake and just turn off the whole windmill, and that's certainly a viable option at this stage, but I am also sure that I will want the clutch and transmission eventually. But just like before, these recipes are way too complicated for me to ever try to remember in between pages, right? I mean, just going to the survival guide and coming back to the crafting grid, I'm gonna forget it. So once again, I've got the wiki open in the other browser over here on another window, and I really don't think that I could do this without it. All right, so here we have the clutch. And now the more expensive of the 2, the transmission, because it requires 2 of these angled gears already. I'm gonna need, I think, more angled gears to boot. But, okay, there we go. Transmission done. So yeah, let's get more angled gears. We need, gosh, why can't these be consistent, really? Okay, I think we're gonna need at least 1 more angled gear. And then we're also gonna need more axles, because I've only got, how many do I got? I think I got 5. So I need more axles in order to be able to transfer things around 2 more should do it. I feel good about this material set, and I actually didn't use up all my resin and fat, which are the most limited resources that I've got. I guess there's no point in delaying. We got a beautiful little workspace here, and I think it worked out really, really well. All right, well, again, like I said, I wanted to put the windmill on this side, and I have this little notch right here for the shaft to go through. I understand that we need to start with this first, so let me try to just put that up there. Ooh, it actually oriented properly. I was not at all convinced that it would. All right, so the windmill rotor goes on this side, and we should be able to pop some sails on there, and it's spinning already. You can hear the wind outside. When the wind isn't blowing, when it stops, well, the windmill will also stop, unfortunately, but you know, I'm happy that it's going right now. I guess next thing is we need one of these angled gears here, and this is going to be coming right down through the middle of the window, and that's going to have to be just fine for right now. I want to bring this on down, and we got to figure out the clutch and transmission, the Helve Hammer, all that good stuff. Let's see, which comes first? I have no idea, quite honestly. I guess we'll do the clutch right there, and the transmission right there. I think that's wrong. I guess we need to do the transmission there and the clutch there. How do we do this? Well, I guess first let me bring this down, and if I put the transmission there, does it interact at all? No. Do we have to have an angled gear somehow? Well, honestly, this isn't obvious. I am not very sure about what is supposed to be happening here. Okay, so that's engaging the transmission. I see. So if I bend that in, that engages it. Okay, but how do we get rotational force to this thing? I guess it needs to come in from the side? I am not at all certain about how this is supposed to work. And honestly, the wiki didn't talk that much about it, but maybe I need to go into the specific pages about those things. So, all right, let me come right back after I've done a little bit more research. All right, I feel like I'm coming at this the wrong way, and we need to start with the Helve Hammer. And I think I want to plan for my anvil to be there. So if I understand things correctly, the Helve Hammer base needs to be turned the other way. Oh, I guess I should have gotten a wrench. Maybe the wrench will actually work here. I don't know. So the base goes there and the Helve Hammer goes on top of it. And that's actually a good length. I mean, that's where, if I want my anvil, then that's the right place. And this toggle goes underneath in order to raise it up and down. And this is basically an axle right here. So we need to route this power into the side of this thing as an axle. And do I want it oriented like this, or would I rather have it over here? Or would I rather have it over here like this? I'm not terribly sure. I think even though it might be inefficient and awkward, I think I just want to get it set up for right now. And then as far as the transmission and the clutch goes, the transmission also acts like a gear. And so that's what's going to, basically this is going to allow it to interrupt. The clutch can go like right here and engage or disengage the transmission. But now I need power coming in over here, which it's kind of adding up and it's not in a very good position. Let's see if we can get her done here. We got a thing here, an angular thing here, and then we can bring in a thing here, an axle here. I need a lot more angular gears if I want to route it to go this way and then route it again. I need 2 more angle gears in order to route it the way I want it to be routed. I don't really like it, honestly, but it looks like that's what we need to do in order to make this setup that I have here right now working. So, knowing that's the case, what if I rearrange everything so that the power comes straight down and then turns? Let's do the transmission there and an angled gear there. Great. We've got our clutch going right here so we can engage it. We need the toggle right here. Perfect. And so that means we need the base back here, facing the right way, and then the hammer on top of it. And why is that not working? That seems like that should work. Let me disengage. Functionally, it's working. And then re-engage, and it gets stuck. So the only thing I can think of is that I don't have enough sails on this, or the wind isn't fast enough. But I think I can make more sails. So let me go make another set of sails and see if we can make this work this way. Well, I actually was able to make 2 more sets of sails. You can have a total of 5, so 2 more ought to make a lot of difference. Okay, so now we're up to 80k in, and let's try engaging this. It grinds to a halt slowly. Disengage and it starts working again. So it's still not getting enough power to run the Helve Hammer. How much does it need? Come on, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. Okay, it's very slow, but it is doing it. I suppose if I can find a windier day, it might, I mean, it would work better, I would think. But, oh man. Making more sails? I don't know that that's in the cards, but I think I've got this all set up right. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and put the anvil here, since that's where it's set up. But, yeah. First of all, it's very bulky, and it takes a lot of room. I wanted to have everything else up here, you know. I wanted to have the bloomeries, and I wanted to have storage, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Oh God, that's annoying. That's scary. But yeah, I just don't see this as functional yet. And at the moment, I'm not terribly sure why. Oh, hey, we got some stronger wind and now it's working pretty well. Yeah, I am really glad that I put this clutch in because I do not want to be listening to that the entire time. Wow. But okay, well, we're here anyway. We've made it to the mechanical age, just barely, which is honestly a little disappointing. I wanted to use this right away. I wanted to see it do lots of wonderful things for me, and I'm just not sure that it can or will. Well, I don't know. I guess that's a problem for another day. It's a beautiful day, and we need to get out and do something. Well, it's a couple days later in real life, and I've had some time to think about this. Actually, quite a long time. But anyway, there's 2 things that we can do to try to make this better. One is we can add another sail, which I was able to make, actually. I had some of the flax that came to harvest in the garden down there, so I've got quite a bit of linen right now, actually. The other thing we can do, though, is move this up and build a whole nother section of the tower. But the cheap and easy thing right now is to put a sail on here. So, oh, no, there's not enough room. I made it 5 tall, and it can have 5 sails. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's got 5 blocks. Oh, but the center it needs 6 tall in order to account for the center and 5 sails. Oh boy, that's a miscalculation on my part. Yep, that's typical. Mistakes were made. Well, I think I can very easily move that up, but I think it's probably also not really going to solve the problem. The other thing we can do is we can make the entire tower taller and add multiple floors. And I like the idea of that. I think we're going to need some room for gearing, and I think it's going to be nice to be able to spread out the machinery. You know, so like a pulverizer and a corn can maybe be on another level. But I don't know that I have the resources for that either. Yeah, for the time being, I think I just want to try to move the fan up just 1 block. It's gonna affect the aesthetics of it, but I definitely don't have enough materials to build a whole nother layer of the tower here. So let me do that and see if maybe that can work. And I think we're just gonna have to wait for a windy day before we can really utilize this setup. But I'm gonna work on it a little bit and we'll come back when I'm done. Well, I've moved it up here and it seems like it does better, but it's still not enough. It's going to take quite a bit of wind, it looks like. And it looks like we have a wind speed, some varying between 20 to 30%. So I guess I just gotta wait for a windier day. I don't know. This is going okay for right now. I might give it a try. I might try to make some plates with it. Yeah, sure. Let's give it a try. Yeah, that's some pretty good wind. 50, 60%. Nice. All right, we are hot enough. Let's go. Let's see this thing work. Plate. There we go. Is it moving? It's moving it around. Oh, I like it. That's nice. And go, wind, go. All right. I guess I better go get some more copper. Let's take advantage of this while we can. Strike while the iron is hot, as they say. All right, now we're looking at it. It's almost done. I want to see it finish. This is exciting. Oh, and now it's removing the extras. Very good. And it just falls to the ground. Nice. Well, let's hope I can get a bunch of these done tonight. I've been moving everything up here, and let me tell you, that's a bit of a chore. If we can get some stuff made up while I'm doing that, oh, that'll be really nice. Now, I also want to see can this handle these things? No, it can't do the nuggets. Oh, that's a little annoying. Oh, well. Let's go. Let's get another one done. I guess it's the pulverizer that I need for these things to take all the chunks and break them down into nuggets, because I've got a lot of these. But you know what? I am really, really happy to see this working. Very happy indeed. Well, next up, I want to see it work in blooms. I've got 4 of them set up here, but it's going to take 10 hours, of course. So, I don't know. We're probably not going to have wind at that time, but I would really love to see it work some iron. That would be really great. So all told, I was able to make up all 6 of the plates that I had ingots for. So that means 6 lanterns, 6 more lanterns. But first we got to get some honeycomb. So we take the honey and we squeeze it like this into a bucket. Is that right? Do I need an empty hand? Squeeze out over a bucket or bowl to get honey and wax. It's trying to eat it. There we go. Control Shift. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting some wax. I have a feeling I might just fill up my bucket. And that'll be a good problem to have. So that should be enough for, okay, 2 candles. Very good. And that means 2 more lanterns. Oh, this is going to be so great. This is going to be so great. I can absolutely use multiple lanterns all over the place. Actually, they seem to work really well just on the floor by itself. But I'll build something. Oh, wow. So much better light. I love it. Let me see if we can get this done. I had just thrown some copper into the forge. And, oh, well, yep, they're still hot. Probably not hot enough. Too cold to work. Darn it. I was hoping I could catch it in time to still be warm. But apparently not. Darn. Well, I guess I'll get the copper plates done and then we can take care of a bloom. Or 2 or 3 or 100. Hey, now, let's see about that iron ingot. I don't really see what it's doing. Yeah, I don't really see what it's doing. Oh, I guess I do. I guess it's making a difference. A lot slower than the copper, though, that's for sure. Nevertheless, I am really excited to be able to get these iron ingots done from this way instead of doing it by hand. The automation is so nice. Watching this work is a thing of beauty. I love it. Next, let's go. I honestly think I need another anvil so that I can work on something at the same time the Helve Hammer is working on something. That sounds like a good thing to me, honestly. Oh, very nice. Now, I think I want to disengage, and let me try to work on something because I need another axe. And, okay, well this actually works pretty well. I mean, it seems like it works pretty well. It's slightly in the way, but I think I can manage. Yeah, there we go. That was easy enough. Let's get it re-engaged and get the next ingot here. Well, this looks like what I'm going to be working on for the foreseeable future, as much as I can, as long as the wind will allow. Whenever the wind is good, I think I'm going to be up here making stuff and processing iron. Oh, it's such good progress, and I am very thankful to be able to be here. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for sticking around till the end. And if you do happen to like the video, well, consider giving it a like or a subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Again, thank you so much. And until next episode, remember, be excellent to each other. I'm out.